Yeah, I can never remember. Am I supposed to look at the camera? Am I supposed to look at you?
Yeah,
What would you like me to do?
I suppose if you looked at the camera, that'd be good.
Look at the camera. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got the whole deer in the headlights look. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I can do the deer in the headlights look.
Yeah, so I'll just ask these questions and we'll edit it through there. So, when did PLA begin in your course, and why did you agree to work with PLA?
Well, PLA started with me in the spring of 2012. A couple of undergraduates that were using PLA for a previous lecturer. They said that they had this idea. They would like to continue it on in the organic chemistry, and it worked out for us. Organic chemistry at the time was transitioning to having discussion sections for each week. And one of the problems with having discussion sections for organic chemistry is you don't have enough of them. You need at least 2 or 3 or more meetings with organic chemistry is necessary to understand that. And PLA was a great opportunity to have essentially more discussions for the students, for more practice and more help.
Alrighty. So, I guess if a student comes up to you in the course now, is PLA a resource you recommend?
Of course, I highly recommend PLA for a couple of reasons. The main thing I would recommend it for is just for long-term memory of the concepts, because one of my strongest beliefs is you learn best by teaching. And what PLA offers is a chance for students to actually teach each other. And the other neat thing about it is that a lot of your PLA attendees eventually become peer facilitators and carry on the program. And so they may not be in, say, organic chemistry anymore, but they're still associated with the program, and they still think about organic chemistry. They are posed questions by the new batch of PLA participants, and this causes them to rethink how they thought of it, and it's a continual building on, and it makes them stronger chemists, or basically, I suppose you could apply it to any subject.
I totally agree with that. I know I did 109, and that just totally revamped what I learned from 109. In your opinion, I guess I'll skip that one because you kind of answered that. So do you notice anything different between students who participate in PLA and those who don't?
Well, I do, and I'm not entirely sure what the cause of this is, but the students that come to office hours, they almost always are also participants in PLA, and so just by, I think maybe it's an outgoing facet of their personality that causes them to join PLA, or maybe it's because of PLA has brought this out in them. These students have a tendency to be more outgoing and more willing to come to me to ask questions instead of hiding in the background. They're more willing to come, and basically I can't help unless they ask me. And that's what PLA has done, is these students have a tendency to have this confidence to speak out about their problems. And sometimes it's a case of maybe a facilitator didn't quite know the answer. And as a result, the facilitator encourages the student to come to seek help elsewhere, and that little bit of encouragement is great. So the PLA, there is a definite difference in the students in that. So I tend to have more contact with the students that actually go this extra mile to join the PLA.
Alrighty. So why do you think group-based discussion helps with chemistry learning particularly, as opposed to here, let me reword this question. Just why do you think group learning is important in chemistry?
Well, chemistry is something that you have to imagine. And the way I imagine it, chemistry working, may or may not be the actual way it works. Because, well, we can't see it. We can only make assumptions that that's how it works. And different people have different assumptions. And only by learning about these assumptions and then thinking about how they compare, what works, what doesn't, and comparing these, you can get a better idea and better revise what you know. And so it's good to have this different views on different things, because that you may find a way of seeing a problem that you hadn't considered. The other nice thing about this group thought is the hardest thing in learning is trying to figure out what you don't know. And you may think you know something until you're asked. And the worst time to figure that out is on an exam, or when it's actually for credit or something like that. And so PLA offers the opportunity. If a student has a question and you can't answer it, there you go. You've got something that you now need to learn and are ready to learn.
All right. I'm just going to split this so it's not such a long video for memory purposes.